Tell me if this sounds familiar. You decide this is the time. You set the goal. You clean out the fridge, clean out the pantry, you download the app, you save the workout, and then a week goes by. You start getting desperate. So you try everything. You add more cardio, you cut carbs, you cut sugar, you cut dairy, you cut joy. You buy the supplements, the fat burner, the greens powder that tastes like lawn clippings, the bands, the ab thing, the influencer program that promises stubborn fat results in 14 days. You're throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at fat loss, hoping something finally works. And yet, it still feels impossible. If that's you, here's the trap almost everyone falls into fat loss. People think there are only two levers. Eat less, move more. Calories in, calories out. Right, that does matter. But what most people miss is how the body responds to those levers over time. I talk about this in my video about how to stay in a calorie deficit without being hungry and exhausted and hate yourself, where I explain why metabolism adapts, why hunger skyrockets, why people feel tired, cold, irritable, and stuck even when they're doing everything right. Fat loss isn't just math, it's biology plus behavior. So today, we're breaking down the 5 most common fat loss mistakes, not just what they are, but why people make them and how they block fat loss and exactly what to do instead. Most people don't feel fat loss because they don't care. They fail because they're stuck in a loop. Do more, eat less, white knuckle it, burn out, start over. The body adapts faster than motivation can keep up. That is why these mistakes are everywhere. So let's get into it. Mistake number 1, eating too little for too long. This one is extremely common. People think if some deficit is good, more deficit must be better. So calories drop, then drop again. Then they're eating like a Victorian child with a medical condition and running up and down stairs with a sweat wrap. And here's where psychology kicks in. People are impatient. They want results fast. They don't trust subtle progress, so they panic cut, as if years of what they've been doing can be undone by desperation. But biologically, according to research by Kevin Hall at the NIH, prolonged aggressive calorie restriction leads to metabolic adaptation. The body actively reduces energy expenditure to protect itself. That includes lower resting metabolic rate, reduced thyroid hormone output, less unconscious movement, higher hunger hormones. Your body defends against weight loss hard. So now you're hungrier, more tired, losing muscle, and burning few calories altogether, which means fat loss slows. Not because you're failing, but because the strategy is unsustainable and your body figured it out. So here's how to fix it. Stop chasing the biggest deficit possible. Aim for 300 to 500 calories below maintenance, not more. Eat enough to train hard and recover. If energy tanks, don't cut more. Adjust macros and output first. Track trends over 2 to 3 weeks, not days. Fat loss works best when the body feels safe enough to let go. So stop freaking out. Mistake number 2, overestimating calories burned. This one messes with people mentally. You finish a workout, you check your watch, it says 500 to 600 calories, and your brain goes, nice, I earned food. Totally understandable. Except, according to a 2017 JAMA study, wearable trackers overestimate calorie burn by 20 to 40% on average. So people eat back exercise calories and unknowingly erase the deficit. Psychologically, this happens because people want effort to equal reward. They want fairness. They want confirmation that the suffering was worth it. But fat loss does not run on fairness. It runs on energy balance over time. So here's what to do instead. Stop eating back workout calories. Set calories independent of exercise. Let workouts support fat loss, not dictate food intake. If you're hungrier on training days, increase protein or carbs slightly, not total calories blindly. Judge progress by weekly averages, not single days. Exercise is a signal, not a coupon. Mistake number 3, using cardio as the main fat loss tool. Listen, cardio feels productive. You know, you sweat, you breathe heavy, it feels like you're doing something. But here's the problem. Cardio burns calories once. Strength training changes how your body uses calories all the time. According to research by Wayne Westcott, strength training preserves lean mass, which directly impacts resting metabolic rate. Cardio-only fat loss often leads to muscle loss, lower metabolism, skinny fat results, and faster plateaus. Psychologically, people avoid lifting because it feels technical. They don't feel instantly good at it. It doesn't give them the same I'm dying validation, and they're scared of getting bulky. But fat loss isn't about suffering, it's about adaptation. So here's what to do instead. You know where I'm going with this. Lift weights 2 to 4 times a week. Focus on progressive overload, more reps, more weight, better control. Keep cardio 2 to 3 sessions of moderate intensity. Use cardio for conditioning and recovery, not punishment. Measure progress by strength trends, not sweat. Number 4, treating protein like an afterthought. This one blows my mind. People say, I eat clean. Yeah, but protein, optional, accidental, sometimes, or comes from things like hummus or nut butter. According to research by Leidy and Patton-Jones, higher protein intake improves fat loss, satiety, muscle retention, diet adherence. Protein has a higher thermic effect of food. It stabilizes blood sugar. It keeps hunger from screaming at you all day long. Psychologically, people undereat protein because they fear calories. They prioritize volume foods. They think hunger equals discipline. It doesn't. So what I want you to do instead is aim for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight. Anchor every meal with protein first. If hunger hits an hour later, increase protein at that meal. Stop saving protein for dinner, spread it evenly. Use shakes strategically, and if hunger keeps showing up, say it with me, it's feedback, not failure. And number 5, expecting perfection and results immediately. This one sneaks in quietly. People think, I've been good for a week, where are the results? And when the scale doesn't move, they spiral. Here's the truth. Fat loss happens on a delay. It should happen on a delay. It can take 2 to 3 weeks for scale trends, longer for visual changes, even longer for body composition shifts. According to habit research by Lally and colleagues, consistency over time is what actually changes outcomes. Psychologically, people struggle here because they want reassurance fast. They want proof they're doing it right. They confuse impatience with urgency. One off-meal plan doesn't derail fat loss. Quitting does. Here's what to do instead. Track weekly averages, not daily scale weight. Commit to 4 to 6 weeks before judging progress. And expect plateaus. Don't panic change everything. Build systems that survive real life. Measure more than the scale. Strength, hunger, energy. Perfection is fragile. Consistency is durable. If I had to name the real issue underneath all of this, not respecting adaptation. It took you a long time to get here. You know what I'm gonna say. Your body adapts. Your hunger adapts, your metabolism adapts, your expectations need to adapt too. Fat loss is not a punishment phase, it's a process of adjustment. If progress feels stalled, the answer isn't, what else can I cut? It's, what has my body adapted to and what needs to change? And listen, if you're watching this, you're trying, you're not lazy, you care. You're just probably pulling the wrong levers too aggressively. You're pulling the same ones over and over when you need to pull a different one. So let me ask you, are you guilty of one or more of these 5 mistakes? Eating too little for too long, overestimating calories burned, using cardio as your main fat loss tool, undereating protein, expecting perfection and instant results. And more importantly, which one do you need to change first? Fat loss isn't about suffering, guys. It's about understanding the system you're working with. So drop a comment and tell me which one hit a little too close to home. And if you want to go deeper, watch my video on how protein is actually what drives fat loss, or my video on why strength training changes your metabolism and fat loss long term. Here's what I want you to think about. Next time fat loss feels impossible, don't ask, why isn't this working? Ask, what am I doing that forces my body to fight me? I'll see you in the next one.